I was thinking about this. The uh, the Christians and the Christian values we're struggling with. There are many people who do not believe in Christianity, a God, so have you. And it's because of how Christians treat people. It's been politicized. Christian nationalism, Christianity, God's rights, what we need to do in regards of the Lord's will. And many people become atheists because of it, because the Christian values that people throw in politics are not what the Christian values that are supposed to be. Let me just give you a story. A few weeks ago, my wife and I, our son, he's 7, we're driving. And of course, you have people out in the streets. We had people who had signs up saying, God bless, anything can help, anything will help. And my son, he's 7. He says, do we have any money? Do we have any change? And these days we don't carry money around. We usually have our bank card. But this day we did have money. And we asked him, why do you need some money, son? And he said, I see a homeless person and I want to give him the money. And we said, absolutely. Here you go. And you're going to give it to him as well. Rolls down his window. The man comes to the window. He hands him the money. And the man said, your mother and father taught you right. And that's the problem that we have when it comes to Christian values is we're not teaching our children correctly when it comes to loving everyone, no matter what they look like and no matter who they are and what position they're in. The problem we have in politics is they're not preaching Christian values because they're not following the Christian values that Jesus Christ or God set before men and women, set before people who bleed the same, people who are blessed to be able to treat each other right on this earth. It's all about selfishness these days. It's about what is it for me? What is in it for me? Just like you have with these podcasters, just like you have with political parties that claim to be about Christian values. However, they don't want to help people when it comes to food insecurities. They want to continue to fund wars. They want to continue pointing fingers, blaming other people for their shortcomings. That is not the Christian way. My wife and I just had a conversation on why so many people are becoming atheists. So many people are not believing in God. And that's the problem, is because we have those that are in power that do not walk in Jesus Christ's footsteps. We have people in power. We have people who they have the money, they have the authority, and they have the power behind them, where they're not preaching or possessing those Christian values that they're supposed to. Now, I'm a firm believer in the Lord. I have my shortcomings as well. Sometimes I may sin when it comes to the words that come out of my mouth, but I ask God to forgive me on those things. And I want to do the best that I can to forgive those that are out there that may have done harm to myself or harm to the people in this world. But are they the ones repenting as well? Because what we see in the world of the worldly things affects not only us, but it affects those that we care about or the people that walks past us. You see, when it comes to just Christianity and when it comes to being a person who it believes and a firm believer in God, God is about love. God is about teaching your children how to show love to someone that doesn't look like them, someone's color that is not the same as theirs. You see, hate is taught. You're not born with hate. It is taught. And there are people in political powers that teach hate. That's something that needs to go. It is here, and we know that there's fascism and racism. And we have to turn to ourselves and we have to think, really, is that a person that is a man or woman of God? Ask yourself that same question. Are you a man or woman of God? If you really believe, because we have those people out there that are blasphemers, if you really believe, then you would think about the things that might affect others as well as yourself. And when you decide to make a decision, you need to stand up for what is right and not continue to pander to the Christian talking points of a boogeyman, because those who are sinning may be the ones that you might get messages from. Those are the ones that are not telling the truth, but claim that they're Christians or claim that they're doing it for the Lord or God. Be careful, because there's always a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I'm not talking about myself, so don't get it twisted, because I do try to evangelize. I do try to uplift people. I'm talking about the ones that we see in higher powers that want to talk about the Lord's will, who do not practice it. Be blessed. Be safe. Take care.